Good day po sa lahat, si Fiscal EJ po ito. Tuwing may taas presyo sa gasolina, mabilis ang sisi, either sa gobyerno o sa oil companies. Pero bago tayo maghanap ng sisisihin, intindihin muna natin ang setup. Unahin natin ang pinaka-basic, kung saan ba talaga nanggagaling ang langis natin. What I mean is, let's start with geography. The Philippines imports about 98% of its oil, most of it coming from the Middle East. Pero hindi lang basta galing Middle East yan. May dinadaanan pa yang isang napaka-critical na ruta. That supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow but critical choke point in global oil trade. So anong epekto nito sa presyo? Kapag may tension dyan, or even just a perceived risk, tumataas agad ang presyo ng langis worldwide. Hindi kailangan ng actual shortage. Even uncertainty is enough to drive prices up. Ngayon, dalhin naman natin yan dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi may isa pang factor na hindi alam ng marami. Ang batas. Enter the legal framework. Under Republic Act 8479 or the Oil Industry Deregulation Act of 1998, the government does not have the power to fix fuel prices. The law deliberately removed price controls and left the pricing to market forces. So paano naman nagde-decide ng presyo ang oil companies? Oil companies in turn follow the replacement cost principle. Ibig sabihin, ang presyo ngayon nakabase sa kung magkano nila mabibili ang susunod na delivery, hindi sa lumang stock nila. So even if it feels like prices are rising too fast, that mechanism is actually built into the system. At dito pumapasok ang reality check. The government, by design, cannot simply step in and say, ibaba nyo ang presyo. Kaya hindi maiwasan na itanong, bakit hindi na lang i-repeal ang oil deregulation law? Legally, pwede. RA 8479 is an ordinary law. Congress can amend or repeal it anytime. Pero hindi ito simpleng switch na pag pinatay, babalik agad sa murang gasolina. Repealing it means rebuilding the entire pricing system. Sino ang magsaset ng presyo? Based on what formula? Will the government subsidize fuel? If yes, saan kukunin ang pondo? At higit sa lahat, kahit i-repeal mo pa, hindi mawawala ang problema. We still import almost all of our oil, and global prices are still high. So kung hindi nawawala ang gastos, saan na pupunta? Unless the government is willing to absorb the difference through subsidies, the cost doesn't disappear. It just moves, either sa buwis, utang, o budget cuts sa ibang serbisyo. But that doesn't mean wala nang magagawa ang gobyerno. As a matter of fact, kakasign lang ni President Bongbong Marcos sa Republic Act 12316 noon lang March 25. This law allows the President to suspend or reduce excise taxes on oil products kapag umabot sa critical level ang presyo. Now, bakit importante ito sa atin bilang consumers? Importante ito because this is the fastest way to lower pump prices by 6 to 10 pesos per liter without violating the deregulation law. At hindi lang po yan, may isa pang mechanism na pwedeng gamitin in extreme situations. Under Section 14, Paragraph E of the Oil Deregulation Law na vinalidate lang ng Supreme Court recently, the Department of Energy can temporarily take over or direct the operations of oil companies during a national emergency para pigilan ang hoarding at siguraduhin ang supply. This is not about controlling prices. It's about making sure the system doesn't break down. And in a massive diplomatic win, the Department of Foreign Affairs was able to secure a commitment from Iran that Philippine-bound ships will be granted safe, unhindered passage sa Strait of Hormuz. So bakit big deal yan para sa Pilipinas? Big deal po yan sa Pilipinas because while other countries are facing blockades or paying insane insurance premiums, our tankers can now cut the line. Pero maging realistic po tayo. It doesn't magically bring prices down. At the very least, it helps ensure that oil continues to flow. It prevents a bad situation from becoming worse. The government may not control the global market price. That's a given. But through Republic Act 12316 and diplomatic negotiations, the government is doing its best to cushion the impact. Hindi po perfect ang sistema, pero hindi rin totoong walang ginagawa ang gobyerno. So yan lang po ang nais kong ibahagi today and see you in my next video. Maraming salamat po.